What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. It has been a while, like 2.5 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, a while. So I want to say you guys should have seen the last video, which was IFO Vegas, and I went to Vegas kind of low-key for Friendsgiving. Shout out to Nisa and Jeremy and family and friends, because I had an awesome time, which then turned into a week, which then turned into 2 weeks because of IFO. And I really wanted to attend the Strip, Las Vegas Speedway, and ended up staying in Vegas for 2.5 weeks before returning home 2 days ago. I didn't really record too much because I know that the Vegas vlogs or any vlogs away from the garage don't really do well. A lot of you guys enjoy it. A lot of you guys aren't getting notification. A lot of you guys don't. So I decided that I'm just going to go out there and vacay and really just focus on enjoying the moment rather than picking up the camera and laptop and all that jazz to make content for the channel while in Vegas. But we are back home now, and a few things that I've noticed. My brother's car is still on the driveway, and since the brake job, he has been driving it. But I also noticed that his carpet is not in the car because it is sitting right here on the floor. Reason for that is because the car is leaking through the windshield and soaking up the carpet. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's still water there, right? And it is seeping through here. So this used to have a white wrap on here. You can see all of the residuals on it, and the windshield has to come off so we can re-glue it, throw it back on. We're not going to do that in today's video, but I do definitely need to move the car to use the driveway. Another thing that I noticed that actually is upsetting to me is the bush that was here is gone. That means you can see my house and all the cars and everything I do here in the garage as soon as you come down the block. Not happy about that. Nothing I can do about it. The bush is on the neighbor's property line and they chopped it off. The bush has been here for as long as I've lived here, 30 plus years, and it's sad to see it go. What's going to be very distracting to me is being exposed now to that half of the neighborhood. It's going to be really hard for me. I want to say it's going to be really hard for me to vlog and really be this open with the neighbors, but I'm just going to have to deal with it. I'm probably going to look for a privacy screen to block off this half right here, just so it makes it easier for me. If you guys content create sometime, it takes a little while to become comfortable in certain settings, and with the bush being there, I was very confident in all of that with my recordings. But now that it is exposed, I don't know how I feel about it. After hanging out in Vegas and working on some of the friends' cars, caught a lot of motivation to get home and get right to work. So today what I want to do is I'm going to move my brother's car out of the way so I can bring my wagon on board, because if you guys remember the Mexico racing video, I blew my third gear. I'm not going to be replacing the transmission. All I want to do in today's video is pull it out, figure out what's messed up, and get the parts to replace it, and then replace it when we get it. So right now, let's go ahead and get my brother's car off the driveway and move mine up. Did not hear my fuel pump. All right, guys, so I did a little bit of cleanup right here where I have like metal for scrap pile. I have most of the small stuff in the bin, and then the big stuff, I don't have anything to cut it down, but it's just gonna sit there. Looks a little bit cleaner, but right now we're gonna go ahead and just get down with the wagon. What I want to do first, before I even tear the transmission out of the car, I already know the third gear is gone, but what I need to do is I'm going to pull the shift selector off just so I can look down into the transmission to really see if third gear is gone. I think you can see third gear, and if we are verified, we'll pull the transmission out.
Drop off something for Guy and drive back for now.
we are verified that Third Gear has left the chat. And not only that, this selector is kind of beat up right there. Let's pull the trans. So I took off my turbo setup because it makes it easier to access the rear motor mounts and all of its bolts. Not a big deal. So before I take off my axle, I want to show you guys this real quick. The gap between the axle and the fork is like 1/4 of an inch. So I think what I'm going to do is, before I put a turbo kit back on, once everything is all put back together, I am going to make a new rear motor mount to tilt the engine backward to bring the axle more straight and away from the fork right there. This is the EFK1 motor mounts, and it is not a dual height. I made this mount before Hasport even came out with theirs, and their kit is only for the EFK2. So I had to make this bracket myself, and I guess when I did this, I didn't really calculate for the axle, but we are also pretty close to my wastegate flange clamp. But we are also pretty close to the rear subframe, which you guys should have seen. I modified on my brother's Wagon when I redid his mount. I actually didn't redo his mount, but we did drop his engine a little bit lower, and we also tilted his engine backward, which then I had to chop the transmission a little bit to clear the subframe and get a better axle angle. So I'm gonna do the same thing for mine when time comes. You can see it right here. Axle is pretty aimed forward, if that makes any sense. I am not going to chance any Black Widow since it has been parked on the grass. Man, I spent probably a good 30 minutes trying to pry this damn trans off the clutch. It's just really wedged in there. Whoa, 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 whoa. Exactly what I didn't want to do happened. Ooh. Ooh. Wow. Ooh. Oh. Obviously, we pulled the transmission out and we got it up on the table here, got it all torn apart, and guys, third gear is non-existent. So here is all the teeth from third main and countershaft gear. Here's the rest of it here on the magnet. It's not too shabby. We still got a few teeth on there, but if you look, yeah, a lot of it's missing. Now on this shaft, third is just completely gone. So yeah, let me throw in the clip of that night. I had jumped onto the freeway and everybody was passing the exit, and I decided to line up with an FK8 and also a very fast Hellcat. I was in second gear. They were doing a low roll, and when they honked 1, 2, 3, I hit all of second. I stabbed it in third for a split second. It in third just left the chat, and then I went home. Now I know what I need to get for this transmission. Every other gear looks good. Synchro looks okay. I'm gonna have to play around. I'm gonna pull this whole entire thing off because I'm gonna clean the inside of the casing, so we'll inspect it more then. I already talked to a few of my friends. They do have third gear for me because they swapped theirs out for a different gear set. And also Facebook has plenty of people with CRV gears who went PBG or dog box. So that is the plan of attack. Get some gears on the way. Car's gonna sit here on jack stands. Transmission is going into the it's going into garage. I'm probably gonna clean it tomorrow just to get it all ready for when the parts come in. We can put it all back together. That's all I really want to do in this video, guys. In the next wagon update, once we get the gears in and the trans back into the car, we're gonna do the rear motor mount to help straighten out the axle. And I also want to test fit the 6266 that we bought for the wagon. I don't know if I've shown you guys that, but I bought a brand new Precision 6266 from a buddy of mine who used to own my budget H22 Turbo CRX. So that turbo is going to be going in here, and I'm going to turn it up later with the built motor, but I might turn it up a little bit more with the current stock K20 too. Let me find a home location for the transmission to clear up my table. I do want to share some of the packages that I got in the mail in the last couple of days before we cap out this video. I'm gonna go through all this really quickly because my battery's about to die. So for the B20 motor, we did the teardown, junkyard B20. We're doing a rebuild on it. We have the 84 piston rings right here. We have King thrust washers. We have King main bearings and King rod bearings for the B20 rebuild. I tried doing the Max Pinion Rod PR3 piston combo before I left to Vegas, but the rings were too large. So I ended up ordering Hastings 81.25 to file down to fit into the 81 mil bore and get it to specs. So I got rings for that. And because I ordered 81.25, I needed a ring filer because I do not have the one that we used before anymore. So I have a brand new ring filer right here, and we're gonna use that when we do the max peating block. This one I got from the P.O. box from John Farrell, and I'm not sure what's in here. It is making a lot of noise. Hopefully something in here is not broken. This did show up when I was in Vegas. Damn. Holy cow. Oh, wow. Ones I do not have. Young Static, I've been enjoying your channel and build videos. My favorites are the junkyard runs. It's nice to see someone doing more than throwing in a wing, unpainted body kit, stickers, and I can't pronounce that word. Just wheels, like in the Fast and Furious days. I've sent you some fun stuff to support your hobby. John, thank you very much. I am gonna say that a few of the, actually almost all of these, I do not have. Thank you, John, for these Hot Wheels. He gave me a whole bunch of them. We have, oh, a two-tone EF hatch, a teal EG, a Definitely do not have that. I do have one black CRX. I do not have an EM1SI. I do have a Type R from Right Hand Drive Kev. Thank you for that. My nephew did tear up my box on the other one. This one's pretty cool. I didn't know they make custom ones, but it is a drag EG. This one's pretty sick. I've never seen this before. We have a white EK9 hatchback. I don't have that. And we have a nice like pearl paint job Prelude. Pretty sick. Thank you, John, for that. Truly do appreciate it, man. Thank you everybody who support the channel. And I know you guys enjoy the junkyard videos, and I try to do a lot of them, but the junkyard has been kind of dry as of late, so I haven't really had a need to go there. But I can assure you guys there will be a lot more junkyard videos to come. Last but not least, we have a big package from Bull Boost Performance. If you guys don't remember, Bull Boost sent us a package a couple of months ago. It's a steering wheel that I'm going to be using in the giveaway car. We had a catch can, and I want to say there was other things too, but I don't remember because my memory is not that great. Razor blade is really sharp. And we have another steering wheel. We got the horn harness. Oh wow, this one is pretty cool. I'm almost 100% sure that this is different than the one that was sent the first time, but I am going to use this one in the all-wheel drive CRX because I am going to keep my Momo steering wheel when I do get rid of the car. So shout out to Bull Boost Performance. Link in the description below if you guys are interested in steering wheels like this, and I'm sure they have a whole bunch of line of other things as well too. Check them out. Appreciate it, Bull Boost. We are going to wrap up the video right here, guys. I hope you enjoyed a little bit progress update on the Wagon. Haven't really driven this car since that roll race night, and it is time to get it back up and going, because after being in Vegas and hanging out with some of the friends in their K-Turbo cars, I'm motivated. If you guys enjoyed today's video, be sure to leave a thumbs up, and if you guys want to stick around for all that's going to be happening with the Wagon soon, because piston and rods is coming, be sure to hit the subscribe button. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.